Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome in if you are new to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Morgan and I would love to have you subscribe today if you enjoy this video. Today I am kicking off my first ever Project Pan on my channel. Today I'm just going to be sharing my reasons for starting this project with you all, and then I'm going to be walking you through kind of my first little curated selection of items that I am trying to use up or pan as part of my project. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's kick things off with kind of a conversation about what a project pan is, why I'm kind of combining mine with a shop my stash kind of vibe, and why I'm choosing to do this at all on my channel. So if you saw my video on Monday about a no buy / low buy year this year for me, you will know that I'm going to be purchasing far less makeup this year than I otherwise would have. And because I'll be purchasing less makeup, I decided I wanted to focus on really getting to know my own collection better, as well as using up some of my non-cruelty-free products that are kind of still lingering in my collection after switching over to all cruelty-free brands. For a big part of this project, my goals are to actually fully use up the product. And a lot of those are cruelty-free products or just products that I've had a long time that are about to expire, and I just want to get as much use out of them as I can before that happens. That's a pretty traditional project pan, trying to use up as much product as possible from the items that you choose to include in your project pan. And I'm definitely doing that with a lot of the products included in here. But I'm also using this as kind of a way to rotate in some items I'm not sure about in more of a shop my stash sort of way. So shop my stash is a different sort of project that a lot of people do here on YouTube, where they take products in their collection that maybe aren't getting the love that they need, and they put them in kind of a curated little everyday makeup basket. And then they use those products for, a week, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months at a time as kind of their primary makeup items. It's kind of a way to reacquaint yourself with the products that you have and kind of solidify thoughts on things you're maybe unsure about, or to, use that blush that you forget about all the time. So I know a lot of people here on YouTube split these up into two totally different projects, a project pan of things they're using up and a shop my stash of things they're just trying to use more often. But for my purposes, those are kind of one and the same. Combining this as a project pan and a shop my stash also kind of gives me a chance to take a look at the items in my collection that are sort of on the chopping block. I can rotate them in for kind of the shop my stash aspect of this project and kind of make some final decisions on whether or not I want to get rid of that item or keep it in my collection. So this project is just going to serve a ton of purposes for me here on my channel. I am hoping to keep it up through the entire course of 2021. I think that that would be a nice kind of rounded approach to this project. But if I'm not enjoying it, I might switch up my strategy partway through the year. I really want it to be an enjoyable experience for me. I don't want it to feel forced or like I'm trapped into a box of only using the products that are on this list. So bear with me because this is the first time I'm doing one of these, and I'm also kind of doing it in a non-conventional way by combining Project Pan and Shop My Stash. So please be flexible with me as I figure out what works best for me and my channel. And please always feel free to leave comments down below, giving me suggestions or tips or tricks or preferences that you enjoy for these style of videos. So now that we've kind of talked through what a project pan is, what a shop my stash is, and why I'm doing this, let's go ahead and jump into my first little selection of products. So the items I'm talking about today are not the only things I'm hoping to use up this year. They're just my little starter set of things that I want to kind of complete. Once I finish something from that original grouping that I'm showing you today, I will pick another thing off this list and rotate it in. So it's a rolling project pan. First up on the list is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. And I chose this as the first concealer for me to work on because it's a winter shade for me and it's currently winter. And also because it has this nice clear spot on the side where I can really see my progress super, super easily. It is not cruelty free, so I do kind of want to get it out of my collection, but it's a concealer I really enjoy, especially in the winter time because it is pretty moisturizing. So I think it'll be easy for me to use this up because I enjoy using it. Now for something I am not going to enjoy using completely up is the Maybelline Cheek Heat Blush. I have the shade Rose Flush and I do love the shade of this, but the formula is just so frustrating to me. It goes on really pigmented and then it fades in like 10 minutes, so I have to reapply. So I'm hoping it will be easy for me to go through just because I have to reapply it. There's no way for me to just apply one layer of this and have it be good for the day. So I think that that will make it easier to pan. I don't want to toss it. It's still good. It's still a good color. So I want to do my best to just use this up completely. It's also not a cruelty-free product, and I now have alternatives to this in my collection that I absolutely love. So I would like to see this one go. Next up here, I have a face powder, which I'm pretty scared to include in a project pan because I've heard that they're notoriously difficult to pan. This is the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder, and I want to pan this or potentially use it all the way up for a few reasons. It's a fairly small pan, so you can see here, it's only this thick. It's only that deep. It's a winter color for me, so I definitely want to start using it now that it's the winter months. I want to kind of transition to using this a lot more so that I can use it up while it matches my skin tone best. I feel really confident that I can at least hit pan. I would love to use it all the way up, but that might be a little ambitious considering I can only use this during the winter months when I'm not tan. Also in the complexion category is my beloved Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. I love this stuff. If you've been watching my channel at all, you've probably heard me talk about this many times as a formula that I cannot find a replacement for in the cruelty-free space. That being said, this one's getting a little old. It's a winter shade for me, and I want to just use the heck out of it before it goes bad and I have to get rid of it, knowing that I will not be repurchasing this because it's not cruelty free. I have not found something to replace it, so I just want to use it consistently. I know that I will not use this up. I just want to make as much progress as I can on this, keep you all updated, and then when it's time for it to go because it's old, I will let you all know kind of how far I made it on this. I wanted to throw in one brow pencil or brow product to this project pan. This is my Essence Brow Designer, and it's just like a really classic sharpenable pencil. You can see I've already made a huge dent. This has been my brow pencil though for like a year and a half or something, and I've been using a lot of other brow products as well. So I just want to focus on this a little more heavily and see how much progress I can make. Ideally, I would use this whole thing up. I'm not sure how realistic that is because it is such a stiff formula. It takes forever. It barely deposits any pigment. And so, I mean, I only sharpen this like once every 2 weeks. That's how little pigment comes off. But we're gonna see how much I can get done from that. I only picked out one lip product because I feel like it's really, really hard to go through lip products, at least for me. I don't even usually put on like a full smattering of lipstick when I put it on. I kind of like blot it on my lips, and so the progress there would just be extremely slow. So instead, I decided to pick out a lip gloss. This is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper. You can see I'm like right here on it, and that's not very far at all. This is a relatively new one. I've actually completely finished one of these lip glosses before in my life, and then I repurchased this one. So I'm gonna just try to make some progress on this. I love the shade of it. I think in the full year, I'd be able to use it up if I tried really hard, but I'm not gonna hold myself to that. If it starts to get to the point where I'm like, I cannot put that Milani lip gloss on my lips one more time, I'll take it out of the project. And then I have mascara in this list, but I kind of think that's cheating a little bit just because you should be rotating your mascara out every like 3 months or so, just for like health safety concerns. So I kind of naturally go through this anyway, but I'm going to do my best to actually use up these mascaras. They've been in my collection a little too long, and I want to focus on them until they're gone. I don't want to open any other mascaras until these are good to go. The first is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. This one is super close, and I know because it has never been a flaky formula on me before, but the last few times I've put it on, it has flaked throughout the day, and that's usually a sign that it's just getting to the end of its life cycle because it's a little more dry, there's less product in here, so it can flake off. The other ones are really a cheat because they are these mini Kush mascaras from Milk Makeup. And I chose these because I have 2 of them that are this size, so I'm gonna try to finish them both. And I'm gonna pretend that that counts as, you know, an actual full mascara. And then last up here, I have kind of an oddball category. I guess you could sort of consider these primers, but they're technically not. And so I wasn't sure if I should include them or not, but I really, really want to use these up, and they're so small, I know I can do it. These are the 2 little mini size serums I have from Milk Makeup. So I have the cooling water and the watermelon serum, and in the past, I've used them almost like a prep step. This one in particular really adds a lot of moisture to my face and kind of some slip prior to a foundation. So this one I feel pretty sure that I'll be able to use up. Again, they're super satisfying because you can see the progress. The watermelon one I've actually used more of, but I've used it on days when I'm not wearing makeup. So we're gonna see how this one goes. I do really want to use this up. I really like this product. I think it just feels nice on my skin. I don't notice like any, you know, actual skincare benefits from this or anything, but I'm gonna see how it works under makeup, and I just enjoy the feeling of both of these on my skin, so they might be a nice like relax in the morning, put these on my face, and then get ready. I know they're not really makeup products, but I think they kind of fit in this realm because I don't use them as a step in my skincare. I almost exclusively use them kind of on their own. Or in the case of this one, I love it under makeup. So that is 10 products that I am starting out my project pan with this year. Like I said, as I use these up, I will rotate in new products from the list that I have going, and I'll be doing some fairly consistent updates here on my channel about how each of these are going, and when I finish them up, I will let you all know what is getting rotated in instead. As I mentioned earlier, this is new for me, and I am very, very open to suggestions. So feel free to leave any recommendations you have down in the comments below. And I really look forward to kind of going through this process with you all and learning alongside you what works best for me and my channel. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you next time.